As promised, today I'm going to be covering my top 10 favorite songs and sharing those with you. Alright, last video we did top 10 favorite albums and ramping up this hip hop content on here, giving you all sides of the H2DG spectrum. I figured it was only right to now do my top 10 favorite songs of all time, okay? And same thing I said about the albums, right? I tried my best to not have a lot of duplicate artists, right, and show some range here, but at the same time, not pick, because again, favorite songs are hard to do because as human beings, we have a lot of favorite songs. Like, think about even some of the favorite songs that may not always get play on our playlist or even on the playlist. There's so many songs that we've come across as human beings. It can be very hard to do top 10 favorites. But again, for me, I had to go with 10 that have a lot of, in some way, either sentimental value for me or just the lyrical content is something that means so much to me that it has to be in my top 10. Okay, so that's really what I did here. I like the list that I came up with. Again, very hard for me to do, but a lot of these, like, I would definitely say, like, this list is I'm sure it's subject to change, you know what I'm saying? God willing, as I age and things of that nature, there might be some songs that might resonate with me more at 40 and 50 than at 26, right? So that's going to be cool to see. But right now, I can definitely say, like, these 10, I'm cool with them. I'm cool with them. So just like we did with the albums, I'm going to go from 10 to 1. And like I said, please, all right, I appreciate everybody who has subscribed and commented and liked the whole nine. Keep that coming. I just love doing this and establishing this H2GG community in a different kind of way. As aside from the podcast, this can be a lot more lighthearted and fun, and kind of get off the script a little bit. And I definitely want to see yours in the comments. Let me know what your top 10 is. Let me know, even if you don't want to share your top 10, tell me what your favorite one is. Tell me why it's your favorite. It's hip to the games. Like, I want to know all that stuff. Some people kind of shy away from detail. If you're a fan of hip to the games, we don't shy away from detail. So, I want to know all that stuff. But starting off my list with the 10th song, that is my favorite. It even kind of surprised me, but I had to go with The Season by Nas. Okay. Now, this is a beat. This instrumental is just dope, and it's produced by D.O.L.L.A. It's kind of catchy in I'll say, it's just like a like, it's chill, but like and there's something about horns that just kind of get to me in that way. So I love that song. And again, if you're a gamer, you would know and remember that song was in NBA Live 18. So that's got the H2DG effect to it. But yes, that is a song. It's one of my favorites. Like I said, and you think about so many songs that Nas has, so many great songs that he has. This one, to me, again, it has that H2DG element. So again, that would also kind of be added to the soundtrack of my Hoop Dreams. But like, I don't know. I feel like J Dilla gave Nas like this blank canvas and just said, "Go, bro." And Nas just went off, man. He went off. Like, I don't really have like a pinpoint reason as to why I like this song. I don't know. It just does something in me, to where like I could listen to it on loop, for hours if I wanted to. So I had to start, but then again, that's why it's number 10, because there's plenty more to go. Moving to number 9 is actually Growing Pains 3 by Logic. Okay. And I know Logic gets a lot of hate nowadays. I would even go as far as saying he's overhated. That could be an episode within itself, but obviously, Growing Pains 3 comes from his debut album, Under Pressure, which is widely regarded as a classic amongst, Logic's discography. Lots of people love that album. This song, for me, again, if you remember what I said about Ambition, the album, in my last video, it's similar things here, like Growing Pains. Like, I love how Logic, like, details. I like the song structure of this because it's like, you get the intro of like, dudes kicking it on the corner or whatever. And then, dangerous situation happens and they scatter, things of that nature. It like details Logic, what he grew up around. And then it kind of, obviously based on the title, it kind of goes into some of his growing pains, as a youth. And even there's like a stretch where like the beat kind of changes, and it's like you really get inside the mind of Logic, and he's like professing, like, he has that line where he says like, I wish I had, I was able to, like, what do he say, like, live my dreams and, like, watch my dreams unfold and be able to play it forever or something like that. Like, again, I feel the same way a lot of times, man. I'm a dreamer at heart. And so this song really gets to me. Like, you really kind of see like Logic in the midst of his environment, in the midst of some of his rougher days. He still has this burning desire to make it out, and has this burning desire to see a life that almost feels like it can only exist in his head. And yet still, you fast forward, he's been able to make a lot of that a reality. So again, that inspires me because I feel the exact same way. But just like I said, that song structure, really getting inside the mind of Logic. And I just love the beat. I love the instrumental. And even the way Logic, he plays with different vocal pitches and things of that nature, different audio effects. And again, it's one of those things where it's almost not even a song. It's like a short film in audio form. You can really see it and envision it. So I love that song, and that's why I cracked my top 10. This is also another song I could listen to on end for forever. And then surprisingly, as we move to number 8, this is going to shock you. I already know this is going to shock you because it almost shocked me. But I had to go with Hero by Dame Dollar, aka Damian Lillard of the Milwaukee Bucks, formerly the Portland Trail Blazers. And yeah, I know you might be saying, wow, Des, out of all the hip hop songs ever, you have one from Damian Lillard, and it's like, haha, it kind of plays on Hip to the Games, right? Like, the Hip to the Games guy, he got Damian Lillard on his top 10 favorite songs. But if I'm being 100, I relate to a lot of Damian Lillard's music, especially, again, a song like this, where, especially that first album from Damian Lillard, The Letter O, when he dropped that album, I hope people realize how much that album is like it's a classic to me. And again, obviously, I don't mean classic like put it up there with, Enter the Wu-Tang or Illmatic. I mean, like, as far as Damian Lillard's discography, and like, to me, it's a classic. Like, people don't show this album enough love because it was his first one, and you can hear how different he sounds in this album compared to his most recent albums, right? But like, this song Hero is just like, he details his journey, growing up in Oakland, and then like how he felt going into college, and just, he could tell that people looked at him differently in college, and then, being a hooper and trying to make it to the NBA and things of that nature. Like, again, man, it's the storytelling. It's the ability to place a listener in your song, make them feel like they can relate to you. I love this song Hero by Dame Dollar. It's one, it cracked my top 10 because it's a song that I actually go back to on a regular basis. It's one of those things like hearing a younger Dame chronicle his journey, and then kind of hint at his hopes and dreams, and how he, playing on the title, he wants to be that reachable hero for his community, for Oakland, for young kids in Oakland. He wants to be reachable and let people know that it's possible to achieve your dreams, and you can, make it. And then when you make it, give back. I love all those themes with that song. So, it definitely had to crack my top 10. And then moving on to number 7, I had to go with Love by Mos Def off Black on Both Sides. Like I said in the last video, love that album. Love is my most played song on that album, because he's just simply professing his love for hip-hop, and again, it's always dope when rappers and MCs find a way to do that, use their penmanship to, kind of personify hip-hop in that regard, and discuss their love for it. But just, again, it's the soul, man. It's the jazz, like, he really brings that. It's almost like the aspect of personification is increased because this is like a jazz song. You know, you're professing your love for something, so you don't gotta be gritty or anything like that. Like, you know, it's like again, and one of the catchiest, you know, hooks, right? Like LOVE, yeah, I be love, LOVE, I M C, love, you know, LOVE, right? Like, and just again, he's singing on that album, you know, LOVE, 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 you know, it's really dope. It's really dope, man. I again, it's something that I can play on for hours, and it kind of has a nostalgia effect to it. You know, I know this album dropped in, I know it was Y2K, so what, 1999? I want to say, and you know, but to me, it just has this certain nostalgia, man. It takes me back to just like simpler times, you know. Even though I was literally a baby when that album dropped, but like, just it has an effect of like just I don't know. It's one of those songs that make you think about your life, you know, and the people and the things that you love, you know. So I think that's why I really enjoyed this song. And then moving on to number 6, it's J. Cole's Rise and Shine. Okay, this is a song that I actually broke down on my podcast on audio platforms. If you know me, you know how much this song means to me. Again, this is going to be up there in my ultimate soundtrack to my hoop dreams, because what J. Cole did on this song, especially that third verse, oh my goodness, you know, man, you know, J. Cole, what he did with this song, again, Big Brother rap too, right? Like just, you know, even in the beginning, right, the little Jay-Z thing, right? Like there's a kid out there, he got the cereal box, he reading the back of the cereal, and he trying to take my spot someday, right? And obviously Cole used that to say like I ended up being that kid, you know. But man, just that song and that instrumental, you know, ooh, 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 you know, that is so dreamy, man. It's so dreamy. And again, Rise and Shine, it kind of plays on that, right? Like wake up, attack the day, but also like, you know, rise and shine. Like you want to be great, rise to the occasion and shine. Don't shy away from that. I'm telling you, man, I love this song. Soundtrack to my hoop dreams, man. Obviously, it was featured on some things too. If you were on YouTube as a kid, in this time period, man, there were so many YouTube mixtapes to this song on your favorite NBA player. Like I always say, if you YouTube right now your favorite player and Rise and Shine, they probably have a mixtape to this song. That's how popular it was. And then I think they even put it in the 2K. I think it was in 2K16. I want to say they put it in that soundtrack. Like, but like I said, that was one of the songs where I just knew, you know, I knew when this dropped. Like, I was a fan the minute Cole dropped this. But like I said, and even that third verse, I'm trying to think of it as I'm talking. All right, I had to pull up that third verse from J. Cole because if for some reason it wasn't coming to mind, but I'm telling you, that third verse is one of my favorite verses in hip hop. Right? Get on your job, little man. This ain't Saturday. We in two different lanes. You can't navigate. We in two different games. You playing patty cake. Brother, you lame. You Shane Battier. You're out of shape. My mind run a mile a minute. The sky's the limit. I'm so hot. I'm diving in it. My rides is tinted. You know what I'm saying? And he go on some more, you know, intimate stuff. You know, but again, the best out. Foolish pride will make you nod, admit it. But if the hit ain't fire, homie, why you nodding with it? The hate in your blood can't stop your soul from vibing with it. You know, I'm so big on that when it comes to lyrics and hip hop, right? That's why a lot of what I do on Hip to the Games is because of that, right? Like there are a lot of times you can nod, like Cole is saying, you can nod your head to a song, and it's like why say you ain't feeling it, but you nodding your head? Like your body is showing different, you know? So again, that opened my eyes a little bit more to the effect of hip hop and just, but like that third verse is crazy, man. That third verse is crazy. I love this song. But yeah, man, I love this song. It definitely had to crack my top 10. And then going to number 5, we're in the top 5 now. Wale's The Curse of the Gifted. And that's actually off his second album, The Gifted, which dropped in 2013. That I would put that right with Ambition too. Like those two Wale albums, they get played for me to this day, like they just dropped. But again, right? You like I'm just in this ambitious dream, like, you know, those a lot of those songs get to me. So the Curse of the Gifted is dope because it's like, you know, again, really just playing off the title, right? Like Wale kind of wrestles with the perils of what it means to be gifted, right? People hating on you, right? Even in the beginning, in the little skit, right, is these guys vandalizing like a Wale statue, right? It's like, what he do to get a statue, you know? And just the idea of what it means to be gifted, and how important it is to not just be gifted, but use your gift. Use your gift, and again, not use your gift to just make money, but use your gift to impact others. Use your gift to help others. Use your gift to relate with others. You know what I mean? And commune with others. You know, I love this song though. You know, I love the raps. You know, the harmonies towards the end of the song, right? Like Wale, man, this song is a masterpiece if you ask me. Like, I just love everything about this song, especially the themes embedded in it. You know, it resonated with me at a young age, and like I said, ever since then, it's been one of my favorite songs. And then going to number 4, we got De La Soul, Stakes is High. Yeah, man, I had to do it. I mean, come on, man. Jay Dilla production and the trio that is De La Soul, man. Oh my gosh. And the way Paz starts this verse, the instamatic focal point bringing damage to your burrow. We some brothers from the east with them beats that be thorough. Got the solar gravitation, so I'm bound to pull it. I gets down like brothers are found, ducking from bullets. Gun control means using both hands in my land. Like, this dude is crazy. And then it goes right into Trugoy, man. Rest his soul, Trugoy the Dove, man. Rest his soul. The way he did his verse on this song, like I think one of the best executed verses in hip hop history is Trugoy's, that second verse on Stakes is High. Because what Trugoy did here, man, it's really one of my favorites of all time. You know, he details like how he's sick of like the regular, like this ignorant stuff that goes on in rap, right? The women dancing, right? The Versace glasses, blunts, and you know, sick of slang, sick of half behind award shows, sick of name brand clothes, sick of R&B women over BS tracks, cocaine and crack, which brings sickness to blacks, sick of swole head rappers with they sickening raps, clappers of gats, making the whole sick world collapse. The facts getting sicker, even sicker perhaps. Stick a bush to make a bundle to escape the synapse. Like, man, wordplay, multis, the whole nine, man. Stakes is High is incredible, but also it's deep, right? Like, in the sense of like, I almost feel like they're saying, again, if you want to hear more on this, I did review this song, break down this song on my podcast, but man, like, it's almost like they're saying, you know, the stakes is too high in hip hop to be playing with it. You know what I mean? The stakes is too high in the world to be playing with what you do in it. You know, I really think there's some themes of that in there as well. Like, I love that song, man. It's deep, but it's also, it satisfies like the bar nerd in me, the execution of the rhyme schemes. Like, it's just chef's kiss. Perfection. All right, then getting into the top 3. All right, number 3 is going to be Brooklyn's Finest, Jay-Z and Notorious B.I.G. Off the debut, Reasonable Doubt, produced by the late, great, rest his soul, DJ Clark Kent. I mean, just hearing Jay-Z and Big spar is like, that's like one of the, it's got to be one of the wonders of the world. Like, they got to add that, man. Like, just hearing them, man, like Jay-Z, like Short Sleeves, I Bear Arms, you know, and Biggie just doing his thing, and they're just back and forth, man. Back and forth. It has to be like, if man, it has to be like watching Jordan and Kobe play one-on-one, right? It's something that you could only dream about. But, you know, they were able to have their moments in the NBA, and likewise Jay was able to get, you know, big on here, and, you know, they were just sparring, like lyrical sparring, you know, just trading 8 bars back and forth, you know. I love that part. The beat is incredible. Like I said, DJ Clark Kent, man, you know, a lot of these guys just have it in them to make these such, they take you to New York, they take you to Brooklyn, they take you to these places, man, with these pianos and you know, because New York got a lot of jazz elements too. This song is like boom bap, but also like that piano, that is just everything, man. That song, yeah, man, that's a heavy hitter. That's a heavy hitter for sure. I love that song. Second, we got Royalty by Gangstar off the album Moment of Truth. This is when I heard this beat, I was like, bruh. And that's the thing about DJ Premier. He always said he wanted to be a producer where people recognized his beats. Like when you heard him, you knew it was him. And he did that to a T. You know, the thing about DJ Premier is that he's so heavy on the boom bap, sometimes his beats can sound similar. But at the same time, DJ Premier is my GOAT. You know what I mean? Just like the doon 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 doon. Like that is incredible. Having Casey and JoJo on it too, right? Whatever I go, I choose to do. I won't take nothing less than the best. Like, and that resonates with me, right? Like, it's almost like the same effect that Man at the Garden has right now for Kendrick Lamar. To me, when I heard Royalty, it kind of had a similar effect. Like, dang, like, I shouldn't take less. I shouldn't think less of myself. I shouldn't be, I shouldn't be as self-doubtful as I can be. I shouldn't be so self-critical of myself. Like, let me always put my best foot forward in life. And again, right? And that's playing on Royalty, right? Like, hey, like, you a king. Like, Guru was essentially saying, like, you a king, like, act like it, It's so, yeah, I love that song because it resonates with me a little deeper, but I love the bars. I love that instrumental. It's beautiful. That, again, I can listen to that every single day, but there's only room for one, for that number one spot. And if you know me, you know this already. Number one goes to Black Star, obviously Mos Def and Talib Kweli, featuring Common, Respiration. I tell everybody, this is my favorite hip-hop song of all time, and I think it will forever be. The poetry of personifying your city, right? So much on my mind that I can't recline. Blasting holes in the night till she bled sunshine. Breathe in, inhale vapors from bright stars that shine. Breathe out, weed smoke, retrace the skyline. How the bass ride out like an ancient maiden call. I can't take it, y'all. I can feel the city breathing, chest heaving against the flesh of the evening. Sigh before we die like the last train leaving. That is one of the most poetic choruses in all of hip hop. I love this song. Again, if you want to hear more, I broke this song down on my podcast. Okay, like obviously you could tell 100+ episodes of Hip to the Games. I had to fit these in, But man, this song is incredible. I mean, Mos Def's verse is an amazing tone center. The new moon rode high in the crown of the metropolis, shining. Like, who on top of this? People was arguing and bustling. Gangsters of Gotham, hardcore hustling. Like, oh my gosh. I'm wrestling with words and ideas. My ears is pricked, seeking what will transmit. I mean, come on. Talib Kweli is the definition of complex. This dude is incredible. Obviously Common at the end, on the amen corner. I stood looking at my former hood, felt his spirit in the wind, knew my friend was gone for good. Threw dirt on the casket, the hurt I couldn't mask it, mixing down emotions, struggles I hadn't mastered. Bro, don't get me started with this song. People who know me will tell you this is my joint, man. I can legit listen to this every day. This, and even I would say this is one of those songs where I love it so much, I think if I'm in a bad mood, it might lift me up a little extra. Like, that song, man. But again, like I said, the personifying of a whole entire city, right? As if these guys are saying, it's hard for me to breathe easy when my city can't breathe easy. There's too much going on and it's affecting me. Oh man, yeah, man, I can get into it, but that's what the podcast is for. Go listen to that if you want to hear more about that. But like I said, that's my top 10 favorite songs. From 10 to 1, one more time. The Season by Nas, Growing Pains 3 by Logic, Hero by Dame Dollar, Love by Mos Def, Rise and Shine by J. Cole, The Curse of the Gifted by Wale, Stakes is High by De La Soul, Brooklyn's Finest by Jay-Z featuring Big, Royalty by Gangstar, and Respiration by Black Star featuring Common. Like I said, I definitely want to ramp up the hip-hop content on my solo channel. Those are my top 10 favorite songs. Definitely be sure to comment yours. I would love to know what yours are. I want to be replying to you in the comments. I don't ever want to be one of those creators that just upload the video and watch everybody comment. Like, I actually want to be an active participant. So yes, I'm looking forward to seeing those. Like I said, I want to continue with more of these. So up next should be my top 10 favorite instrumentals. That should be, I'll try to do that soon. And then I might even do music videos. So definitely more to come in the hip hop realm. Obviously, as I always say, keep your eyes peeled on the channel. You never know what's gonna pop up, but those two will pop up for sure at some point. So again, thank you for subscribing, liking, showing love, and tuning in again. And till next time.